Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for hanging in there. We're running just a little bit behind today, but we want to thank you again. Good morning, and welcome for tuning in to the Sports Kid. This is episode 21. 21. We're
21.
Officially of age now.
Legal. We can drink.
We got a good show today. This is your boy Juice.
Adolf.
We have some special guests in the house today. If y'all want to say who y'all are real quick.
Hey, I'm Durale.
And I'm Jeff.
And we are DJ Empowerment Group.
DJ Empowerment's in the house today. We're going to talk about their whole movement and their program today. We got some high school recap of the playoffs. We're, of course, going to talk about the bowl games that have been scheduled now. We'll go into some NFL headlines. Y'all know there was some big news and shakeups out there. We'll do a recap of Week 14. And then, of course, the ever so loved What's happening?
What's happening?
So y'all stay tuned. We're about to have a good show. Thank you again for hanging in there. Running a little bit behind today.
You're now tuned in to the Sports Cave on #Champs.
All right, so welcome again to the Sports Cave, the official podcast of real fans. You know this show streams live on YouTube every Sunday morning. Start your morning with us. We do interact with you guys through chat, phone calls, so you can call in. Make sure you hit those chat lines up. If you can't make the live stream today, then it's recorded. The recorded version comes out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Get your day started with us, and it's available on iTunes and Google Play Music. We'd like you to subscribe to our community. You can do so by visiting #champs.tv.
And don't forget to check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our at the Sports Cave. And you can always watch the live stream by going to live.#champs.tv.
All right, so it's again, we want to thank you guys. I know we normally say 9:30, but we had some technical difficulties, so we appreciate everybody in there. Ronnie's already in there saying good morning to Jeff.
What's up, Carlos?
What up, Ronnie? Carlos and Little Manny was in there, so we would appreciate y'all. Get these lines going, and y'all make sure we have a lot of chat. But today is a special show. We do have some special guests on today. A great movement going on over here, so we want to make sure we brought them on and let them speak about their whole empowerment movement. If you guys want to just run down, because I'm not going to butcher y'all's statement and mission, but it's great, guys.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem. So basically, man, we started D&J Empowerment Group over a year ago, and we clearly wanted to just do something to impact communities. And one of the things we came up with as we brainstormed a lot was how can we impact communities? How can we get out into these communities and really go after, not only corporate America, but kids. Like, kids are a big part of what we do.
That's awesome, man.
And so we went from brainstorming, trying to find names. We went from 50 different names, trying to figure out what can we name our company. And threw it all through the state. It got kicked back, and so we finally came up with D&J Empowerment Group.
It's tough. There's a lot of different names out there, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe
we went through the same thing too, trying to get started. That's how we ended up with the Sports Cave of all things.
Everyone's like, you spelled it wrong.
Tough.
No, we didn't. That's the way we had to spell it.
With the Z, So we know, man, it's tough out there, but that's awesome that you guys are getting started. We're glad to have you guys on. I know you have a lot of events coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Here recently, so our whole mission statement is we really want to get out and encourage, inspire, and empower communities and people to help reach their fullest potential. And so that's what we're about. And so here recently we just did a Thanksgiving dinner giveaway to 6 families.
That's awesome. Nice.
Yeah, it was a big deal, man. Just to see some of the circumstances that these people are in are just unbelievable, man. Yeah. But they needed help, and we wanted to be a part of that and just help them, any way we can. And that's our whole goal. And here recently, right now, actually, we're doing a bike giveaway. So we're giving away 50 bikes.
Damn. I saw 25, right?
It started at 25.
Okay, so now it's 50.
It actually started at 10.
Wow, okay.
It started at 10, and then
that's amazing.
An anonymous donor did not want to be named, but he paid for the first 10.
Wow.
And so with him paying for the first 10, I'm not a guy, and Jeff is definitely not a guy who settles.
Okay.
And so when he paid for the first 10, we was like, we're gonna push it to 20. And then Jeff texted me right before he was making the flyer and said, do you want to leave it at 20? And I said, no, just push it to 25. Let's make it a round number.
I like that.
Right? And then the next day after, me being who audacious I am, I pushed the story to a couple of news channels. Channel 12 News picked the story up
In Paris.
Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
Paris, Texas. Wow. Some
Shout
guys
out Paris.
in the Dallas area. Y'all are in the Dallas area, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're
That's
local.
remarkable to be in Paris, Paris news. That's cool, man.
So they picked the story up, man, and when they picked the story up, it went from 25 bikes to right now we're sitting around 50 bikes.
Wow, that's
amazing.
great, man.
And I'm the one that, like I told Jeff, I'm the one that won't tell a kid no. It bothers me to tell a kid no.
Right.
Kids are really out here needing help, and so however many submissions we get, we're gonna do the best we can to make sure they get those bikes, man.
That's
So,
awesome. And they send their information to @djempowerment.com.
Info at DJempowerment.com.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah, info at
DJempowerment.com. All they have to do is just obviously, how many kids, their names, the ages, so we can get the appropriate bike for them. And then, if they feel comfortable, they can give us their address so we can drop it off to them. Or if not, they would feel more comfortable at a mutual location. We can definitely accommodate for that. So long as they send us all that information, like Durale said, we can't say no. We're not gonna say no. So if you submit it, we're gonna add your child to the list, and we're definitely gonna make sure to get that to them so that way their Christmas can be a great one.
And just so our viewers know, was there any rules as far as signing up a kid? It has to be somebody related to the child, or no?
No, it's whoever you want to nominate. Like we've had plenty of people. It's either their grandchild, their own child, or maybe they know a family. Anybody in need. So if you know anybody in need, like it doesn't matter if they're related to you or not. Just make sure you inform them what's going on, so that's okay. So if we contact them, they're not blindsided by it. But yeah, if you know somebody, that's all we care about, man. There has to be no relation.
That's awesome. Props to you guys. I'm very proud of you, Joe. I've known you since high school and college and stuff, and that's awesome to see you doing that. And that's basically what we wanted to start doing, and you guys are doing that. And that's awesome. We definitely want to help out however we can. Anytime you guys want to come plug anything that y'all are doing.
So you guys make sure that watching the show, y'all make sure to spread the word, man. This is a good movement. I mean, anything that's positive for the community, we need to show our children an example of what we can do when we work together. And that's a wonderful movement.
And speaking of the kids, y'all have a youth league that y'all are working on?
Yep.
Yeah,
so we teamed up with End Zone Sports. We franchised with them, and it was just another avenue for us to kind of reach out to kids. Because, we like he said, we want to encourage and inspire and empower communities. And we deal with kids, but me and him were sitting one day like, what can we give them that's tangible? And with both of us playing sports, I know sports played a big role in keeping me out of trouble.
Same here for us, big time.
And so I said, him and his wife came to me and said, hey, we were looking into this franchise, and he's like, do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, of course. It made too much sense.
That's cool, man.
And so we right now we're gonna start off here at the beginning of the after the new year. We're going to be in daycares, teaching the kids the fundamentals of sports. If they know sports, we'll just continue helping them out. If they don't know, we're introducing it. But also our biggest thing for us is to teach them values that they can apply on the field or court or off. We just want to put kids in the best possible position to succeed in life in general, not just sports.
Good. Yeah.
So we just felt like this was a great avenue for us.
That's awesome. Just to get kids to do anything these days is tough, and be active, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And we're old school guys. We're a little older in age, so we know how it is to have to be outside all the time and playing all the time. And a lot of these kids right now don't do that. So we want to get a part of that too. So keep us posted. And definitely anything we can help.
We're definitely there to help out the movement, man. That's,
Juice coaches.
I coach
dad too.
Yeah, I coach, and I helped. I'm the music guy, I guess, for my daughter's cheer team. So I know how the importance. It's not easy being a coach, but if anybody's interested, I know you guys are looking for coaches.
Yeah, so we are looking for coaches for the upcoming spring season because, like I said, we're in daycares, but we're also going to be launching our End Zone Sports League for the older kids. So we need coaches, referees. If you know anybody that knows sports and is great with kids. You could either message us at endzonesports.com/Texoma. That's our website for that. And then also we have our End Zone Sports Texoma on Facebook. Just message us, and we'll take a look and make sure we try to get you guys part of the team. So, we're constantly looking.
That's
you guys
cool.
make sure that you know anybody, sign up. It's hard for some of these leagues to get coaches to do so. But I do want to say that is a wonderful thing, man. I know it's the girls on my team, anytime I see them on the store, or they're friends with my daughter that at school, they remember things that you tell them on the field.
Yep.
And that's the most wonderful thing is that they could be having a bad day. Once they hit the field and even if they don't do as good as they want to, if you give them words of encouragement, that sticks with them every time. And they're like, hey, coach, I did what you asked me to. And then you tell them good job. That's nothing but positive vibes, man. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, that's good.
So please, guys, they're a future of our nation, and we need to gear them in the right direction.
Yeah, and you guys are good role models on the Durale. You played college football?
Yeah, I did. I played college ball at McPherson College in Kansas, man. So, the background and the history is there.
That's dedication too. Discipline. That's a lot of stuff that the kids look to, that as a kid, you look, the next step from you is to go to college, and you're there, you did that. And you'll be able to motivate them. That's awesome.
That's
Jeff, I know you played high school ball too.
Yeah, I played basketball high school. I played a little bit in college. I'm more so for the leagues over there at Richland. What was it called when you played over there?
Intramurals.
Yeah. I'm an intramural Hall of Famer.
Oh, really? Hey.
Not really.
No,
I
got
played.
you.
So yeah, and plus we both coach our kids teams
Absolutely.
too. So
That's awesome, man.
We
props to
just
you
know
guys.
how it feels to coach and impact these kids.
I mean,
so.
not only kids, you guys are coaching people on y'all's website also.
Yeah.
The straight up mindset movement y'all have going on. I know I got the hat on. Y'all got your hat on. Some dope gear that you got going on.
That movement started, man. Believe it or not, man, that movement started about 3 years ago, I want to say. Two or 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
The company I work for just needed some motivation, man. They needed people. They needed somebody to push them in the right direction. And so it started with me literally telling people my life. Like 6 years ago, I was sleeping in my car. Believe it or not. 6 years ago, I was sleeping in my car, man, and had no direction. I mean, there was a point that I was just lost. And one day, man, I just surrendered, man, and straight up came from it. I think really when I lost the aunt, I lost my grandma, I lost my business partner, and I lost a cousin to murder. Man, a light just went off.
Wow.
And so, man, I really started telling people, especially at my company, my story, but using principles that it took for me to get out of those situations. And so, yeah, that's where it started. It started with, me coming up with something called Straight Up Tuesday. And just a motivational note that people will get every Tuesday from me, just stating some things that have happened in my life, but some principles that I use to get out of them.
Man,
and that's
deep.
what Straight Up Mindset has come from.
I knew, you guys had some positive stuff going on. I didn't know the root of it.
Yeah.
And just hearing that is
man.
is wow. We've all been through some stuff, and everybody has.
Absolutely. Everybody has a story.
For you to take it that way is really good. You could go the opposite way and done a lot of different things. But
don't get it twisted, man. It was a point in my life. It was a point in down that road that I felt like if one more thing happens, man, I'm done. I'm giving up. You know, but I fought through it, man, and awesome. With the help of God, man, it was just a big deal.
Definitely, we're all about that. Also,
that's great, man. That's good to hear. This is a different kind of show this morning, fellas. Y'all. Yeah. Sure. This is I feel inspired now, man.
We're
get
woke,
up.
full woke now.
Stay woke, man. That's awesome, man. So, guys, watching the Sports Cave, all you subscribers, y'all make sure you share this information, man.
Check out their website.
Check out the website. I know they're on Instagram too.
Absolutely.
Join the movement, man. We're all about empowering. Our movement's one thing, and this is a good movement to join on as well. So. Man, we're
higher
definitely
level movement.
That's we
dope.
give you fantasy implications. These guys are giving you life goals, man, and that's awesome, man. You couldn't ask for better advice and empowerment, even if it's with the kids and just. If you're ever having a rough day, I'm sure you can reach out to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us a call, man. That's what we're here for. We don't have it together. I'm gonna promise you that right now. but we'll walk it out with you.
There you go, man. That's awesome, man.
That's what everybody needs, especially times like this.
Yeah,
everybody's divided. Bringing people together,
Absolutely.
different people together, different. I mean, sometimes it helps just to have a conversation with somebody that thinks a little different than you.
Outside perspective.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. So
you guys want to share your contact information again and your social media?
Yeah. So if you want to see anything that we got going on, events, or you want to get in contact with us, just go to our website at www.djempowerment.com. You can, like I said, you can see our events. We have our contact info. There's also a link to our blog, but if you want the link to that, it's www.straightupmindset.blogspot.com. We do motivational posts every week, and we have a new series every month. So definitely check that out.
Yeah.
And and like I said, if you need to get in contact with us, our phone number's on there. But if you don't have it, it's 214-702-9326. Call us, text us. It doesn't matter what your problem is. We want to help you out. There's nothing too big or too small. We're just here to help because we've been through a lot of things and we know a lot of resources and contacts that if we can't help you, we can definitely at least put you in the right direction.
Man, that's love. I watched y'all's last video. I was ready to go run through a wall. I told him, I said, put me in, coach. Don't forget the gear, too. The gear's on there.
Absolutely.
Y'all make sure you support the movement. We'll make sure we put the links on it, and we'll share the links as well on our end because, man, this is good. This is awesome. This is kind of why we do this, just to get positive things out there. I mean, we did this for the love of sports, but having you guys on is to us is a blessing. I think
it's an opportunity.
We never know who we're gonna reach out to, who gets that message that may just need it, and that's what our goal is. And so y'all make sure y'all follow this movement, guys. It's if it's anything positive, that's all good. So we'll make sure we get those links on there. We'll get Mino on that when we can, when we do our post, and then we'll share it. I mean, we're on. We thank you guys for supporting us as well, man. So,
yeah, man.
Appreciate y'all coming out.
Watch y'all all the time, man. I love the show,
man.
dude. Love it. I'm
Means
glad.
a lot,
Thank
dude.
y'all for letting us be
Yeah,
on
no
there.
problem,
for
man.
sure,
You guys,
for sure.
whenever you guys want to come on, you guys are more than welcome. And getting onto the move of things, we'll talk about some sports since we all here for some sports related issues. I want to briefly talk about some of the high school movements. We are talking about youth. These kids have been playing in the playoffs. Have been playing hard. Allen did beat Euless. Trinity. That was kind of one of the big powerhouse games that we were talking about last week. It was 41-20. Let's see. Cedar Ridge went on. They played Pflugerville. That's down in Austin. It's right outside of Austin. Katy, of course, went on, and Lake Travis went on. So those are the final four on Division 1, 6A.
Big boys.
Allen, Cedar Ridge, Katy, and Lake Travis. Division 2, Waco beat South Lake Carroll, which is kind of stunned us. Yeah, and they beat them 28-42, so they got molly. I wouldn't say they got mollywopped, but they got to South Lake Carroll's standards that we know.
Yeah.
It looked like they got worked
Midway's
pretty good.
undefeated though, so watch out.
Yeah,
for
Waco. Yeah, that Waco Midway is undefeated. Longview did beat Lufkin. That was a close game, 33-32. City Fair beat a Houston team. Langham Creek 31-14, and then Austin Westlake beat Cibola Steel 28-14. Those are the 6A Division 2, and we also covered a little bit at 5A just because we got ties to those to those teams. I guess Highland Park's Jerry Jones' grandsons on there. They
killing it.
52-20
Balling, man.
against Mansfield.
They're on the way to state. It seems like.
Yeah, Denton Ryan up in Denton beat Lubbock 69-49, and then Frisco Lone Star, which was on one of the local high school sports show the other day. I kind of caught a piece of that. They're a newer team. They have a new coach, and they're up in the playoffs now. They beat Mansfield Legacy 35-0.
Damn.
So that's a Frisco team up there, and there are a lot of schools are doing a lot of big things. So the Division 1 and Division 2 look like in 6A they're going to be some good games coming up next week. So if you guys are interested, I'm sure they'll be on. But yeah, so that's Friday Night Lights. So who we got here?
Oh yeah, we know Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie. We know Garland beat Katy in the 99 state championship.
Hey,
come show that ring off one day.
Hey, my Garland Owls, man. I love y'all.
Yeah. Do they still have a football team?
So that's
Not anymore.
That's the end of the
neither
show.
here nor there.
And,
Jeff's out.
Yeah, that was 99, bro. Hey, you think about it. Do the math. How long ago was that, man? That makes you put
Things have
perspective.
changed. So
but
enjoy
let me
that,
hold on.
Enjoy that, Ronnie.
What about when South won?
South,
oh no,
we never beat.
I forgot about
we
that.
Never
Y'all
beat
didn't
Garland.
Y'all don't get
Not
none
in
of that.
football.
Yeah,
No,
not in football, right? Not in anything, really.
I got you, Ronnie.
Right.
I got you, Ronnie.
It's all right, Ronnie. We know, man. Let the other schools get some credit now, man.
Right.
We know.
That
That's
was
100-year-old
18
school,
years
man.
ago.
Yeah.
God, I hate to think about that.
Ronnie's
Was
like,
in
I had
99,
three.
man.
Ronnie's like, I had 3 pancake
That's
blocks.
a full-grown adult since then.
Yeah.
I know, man. Ooh, that was a long time ago.
Long time ago. It's all good.
Well, I
Go
guess we
Owls.
know who Ronnie's not going for in that bracket.
Not for
Anybody
Katy.
against Katy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, shout out Ronnie. When you want to come in on the show and wear your Letterman jacket, we'll let you wear it.
It's the
With the
fits.
big patch on there, man. So come on, you got to come on the show one day, man. But before we move on to the next segment, we just want to thank you guys again for watching on the Sports Cave, and remember that we're only on #champs, and we want to remind you you can view all the previous episodes on thesportscave.live. So the bowls were set up for college football.
Yeah, it was a sad weekend without some big time.
It was really odd not to have much to watch on Saturday.
Weekend, excuse me.
Big bowls that we got going on, man. Well, one of the one I'm interested in is the one that's going to be here local, the Cotton Bowl. I know it's not, it doesn't have any implications on the playoffs, but that looks like a really good game to go watch.
It's a good game for the Cotton Bowl. A lot better than we've had the last few years. There's some marquee teams playing.
We got where is that? It's USC versus Ohio State.
Yeah.
So Ohio State was in the mix to get into the playoffs. So USC was highly ranked, as they always are, and I hate USC, so I'd love to go in there and finally root for Ohio State for once. That'd be a good game to go watch. But we also got some other ones, man. The Peach Bowl is good. Auburn at UCF.
Yeah.
LSU, Notre Dame. That's Notre Dame's my team, so I got to watch that one. That's the Buffalo Wild Wings Citrus Bowl. These long names.
Yeah, you got to put it all out there.
Yeah, you got to get it. They got sponsorships. I'm sure there's a Fiesta Bowl with Fiesta food stores, Minyard something bowl in here somewhere. I'm looking at some of these names, man. Lockheed Martin Armed Force Bowl. Michoacana Bowl.
A lot out there.
Yeah.
Man. I have my eye on the Frisco Bowl. The Frisco SMU Bowl. And Louisiana Tech.
SMU, that's a local school.
That's one I may be able to get into. You know, the tickets aren't going to be as high as they would be for like the Cotton Bowl or something like that. Might be more attainable. We'll see, man. But I mean, it's bowl season.
Miami and Wisconsin
There's about to be
playing.
College games almost every night.
They got a Dollar General Bowl.
See? Come on, Fiesta, where you at?
Dollar Tree,
Minyards, where you at? Well, the Second Save Bowl.
I'm excited, man. I mean, the college playoff, too, something we got to talk about.
Dollar General got in this.
The General's got in there. Man, the SportsCave Bowl, we're going to make it happen. The SportsCave Bowl next year.
Hey, I'm telling you.
D&J Cold
and SportsCave
Bowl, man. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna team up, bro. We're gonna have to get this bowl. We can do it at LBJ, and we can have some local schools. We'll get a bowl game going.
Be at the local rec.
We get it. We'll get it. I'm sure there'll be 2 schools that we could probably get to come and play.
And it's a long bowl season, so we'll keep everybody updated on the
as you mentioned, we can talk about the big bowls that are coming up. We got Clemson, Alabama at the Sugar Bowl, and then Oklahoma and Georgia, which Alabama made it in again. They snuck in there.
I'm going to go ahead and put this out here. I am from Oklahoma. I am a diehard Sooner fan.
Okay.
Hey, man, we had to
Boomer Sooner, baby.
Boomer Sooner. I think they're going to take it. I don't think there's anybody else that can stop them.
I really, I didn't before, but I really like Baker Mayfield. Like, that dude can ball,
fan.
man.
I do too. I saw some humility out of him last night. I don't think he showed a lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
When he won the Heisman, I think he won some points, for some people that probably were kind of on the fence on him or just didn't like him. But, I mean, he won the Heisman. He's definitely the best player. I mean, hands down.
Yep.
He got like 70+% of the vote. So,
sometimes people mistake his passion for cockiness, and I think that's what kind of was hurting him.
Yeah, it was.
But, man, he's balling out there.
I mean, he walked on twice. He didn't have any handouts or anything like that.
Yeah,
he earned his spots twice. That's tough to do. 2 different schools.
Yeah. When you hear a story now you see why he's so out there and loud, because he earned that spot twice.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Baker Mayfield, who won the Heisman.
Yep.
I do have a bet against Oklahoma. Sorry to say, man, just because it's Oklahoma. I like, but that'll be a good game. I think that'll be the better game to watch. Georgia and Oklahoma. I think it'll be a good defense against a good offense, and then the run game. And we'll see if this whole Big 12 doesn't have defense. Its only offense will hold out. I think that's one to watch.
That's what we called for, man. We called that we don't have good defenses in the Big 12, man. So we're gonna have to do a Peyton Manning and outscore everybody.
And they can, you know what, Oklahoma
the
can
receivers,
do that.
Yeah. I think so. What do you guys think about the Clemson and Bama game?
I think it's gonna be good. Yeah. It's kind of hard to go against Alabama because they've been rolling for so long, and and with Nick Saban just really getting that team together. I'm always gonna root against Alabama. Sorry for anybody out there. Yeah. Because I love the underdog. So it'll be good to see if Clemson can get another one on them. And but biggest thing, as long as it's a good game, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
At the end of the day, none of my teams that I actually root for every week are in, but this will be good for football.
Yeah, I think Clemson will take it. They started out getting disrespected at the first of the year. Nobody really thought that they should be ranked up there. Yep. And at the end of the year, when it counts the most, they've been killing it. So they've been doing pretty good. I hope they win. and I hope they play Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma.
I don't know if y'all watched any of the comments when they put out the schedule last week. Man, people were dogging each other, and Alabama fans were mad, and USC fans or Ohio State fans were mad. But someone brought up a good point I saw is that Alabama was politicking, trying to get in. And then we looked at their schedule. They didn't have too many tough teams.
Yeah, they only
their
had one
schedule was
loss.
kind of soft. But it is Alabama. They are going to bring the money in, and that's what they're going to have in. So at the end of the day, I think those are two good games that we'll have to wait a whole month for. So committee, if you're listening, we said
Condoleezza,
expand the playoffs, and we don't have to wait a whole month to watch the Michoacana Bowl and everything else.
The
I mean, it's
Pupusa
good.
Bowl.
Yeah, the Pupusa Bowl, the Mamatitas Pupusa Bowl, the Fina Tacos off of Miller Bowl.
Right? Yeah. I forgot about that. That was good, man.
Might have to go there after this show.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So, so we'll see. This will be a good game, but we do have to wait until New Year's to watch these games. But there'll be a bunch of games in between. So you guys check those out.
Hey, make sure y'all check out the New Orleans Bowls. My UNT.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out UNT.
My alma mater. They gonna take it.
I hope so, man.
They should have been in the national championship.
They're getting up there.
Whoa.
I'm just saying they got cheated. They should have been playing against Alabama. That's all.
Oh damn.
Well,
I couldn't even take that serious.
yeah, I couldn't think. Yeah. Well, you know what though?
bro.
They're making some noise up there. So.
No, they definitely are. Yeah.
So y'all make sure. Yeah, that'd be a good one to watch too. Any of the local schools are making it, and they definitely want to pay attention to. Ronnie's letting us know that Texas Tech did miss out.
With Baker,
and he's saying Baker Mayfield's too good, so it doesn't matter who
we
they
agree
play.
with you for once, bro.
Yeah, no more hate, Trish. Ronnie, is he not overrated, Ronnie? Is he? I guess you're saying he's not overrated.
Everybody else
is overrated.
It's
To
all
Ronnie,
good.
Mr. Get Off My Lawn. Yeah. So then we'll move on to Sunday football, which is we'll do a recap of Thursday's game, which was the Saints and the Falcons. And my God, Thursday games finally came back. That was a lot better game than I thought it was going to be.
It was definitely good. Yeah.
It was a good game. I know me personally. I know we were talking about it before the show started. I was rooting for the Saints. I needed the Falcons to lose, and they kind of let us down last minute, man. I don't know. Sean Payton put that curse on themselves when he said
that was
choking.
funny. Yeah,
it was funny, but it came back to bite him in the end. So
yeah, Alvin Kamara's injury hurt a lot of fantasy players, but it hurt the Saints team big time. Yeah, their offense did not look the same without Kamara. And Ingram was there, but he wasn't able to do anything like Kamara's able to do. And Atlanta was too. Atlanta was too much for New Orleans. And then at the end, New Orleans had the chance to win.
Yeah.
Like you said, with the field goal, they botched that and they messed that up. So.
And shout out to Sean Payton though. He did go 4th down, and it was kind of risky. Do you take the field goal to tie, or do you go for the win? He did it for the win. They snuck it in. They just that throw at the end, man. I guess it was just it's not.
That was surprising.
Yeah, it was,
that's not Drew Brees. I don't know if he just
all.
didn't see that linebacker because the dude is normally on point. So
maybe he underthrew him a little bit. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, shout out to the D-back. I mean, he jumped up and snagged it, and that was a high jump. You know, I couldn't jump that high, but man, he it was definitely not Drew Brees-esque the way he played at the end. But Drew Brees still had a pretty good day. He threw for 271 yards.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have pulled it out, man. Atlanta. We didn't need them to win
for
our
for Cowboys
hopes.
fans.
That definitely
that hurt. The
I know
chances for the
Kamara
wild
though
card.
helped you out a little bit.
Yeah, it helped me in the fantasy being
implications.
selfish. Yeah, so I was just like hoping he wouldn't come back, but hoping he's okay at the same time. But it did help.
I think
I have a little chance.
I think it shined a little light on because I know they do the dual back system, but I think going forward, I think Kamara just is going to be that guy, and then Ingram's going to kind of. I don't know why Ingram can never get it going because he was good at Alabama,
and that's been his statement since he's been in the NFL. Is like what's the difference? And because he's a good back, and he has those spurts of those highlight reel moments, and it's not working out. Maybe it's just not the fit for him.
It might be. Man.
I don't know, but Kamara, the way he was running, man, he definitely let you know he'll be the lead back in New Orleans for years to come.
Sure.
So. Matt Ryan had a decent game. He also threw for over 200 yards at 221. Devonta Freeman ran for about 90 yards. He put up like 15 points against Manuel, who's not here today.
Yeah, he makes a difference when he's back in that offense. They need him. So Coleman's okay, but he's not Freeman.
Yeah, he's not Freeman. He had 32 yards, and Julio Jones caught 98 yards, no touchdowns. Nice. So it's Atlanta spread it out. Maybe they're getting back in rhythm, but from now on, I hope they do lose though, because they're still in the wild card hunt. So, excuse me. That game was 20 20-17.
Yep.
Let me get the schedule out for we start covering today's games. Start out with the noon games. The first one that we got lined up is Indy at Buffalo. And I think Adolph had mentioned that Tyrod Taylor's out.
Tyrod Taylor's out, so Nathan Peterman will be starting. And if y'all have seen him play, he's terrible. If you haven't seen him play, he's terrible.
He's just
so
terrible.
I do not like the chances, even though it's against the Colts. Like for the Bills, I think the Colts are going to be too much. Brissett has been doing okay. He's nothing wow, but he's better than Peterman.
Yeah.
No. Yep.
So on that one, as far as any Bills to start, there's really not anybody that I would
The
trust. I know
Bills-
Zay Jones has been okay.
I'm
LaShawn
starting
McCoy,
Shady.
Yeah,
Without a quarterback,
Should
he
be
might get more touches. And it is against Indy, who
might get a stack
he
box.
might get
too,
yeah,
right?
so I need that. Shady, please.
Shady's going to get 50 attempts today.
You're
He
gonna have
might,
to.
man, just because,
Yeah.
man. And then
Yeah.
it's a good matchup. I would start Brissett if you had him, if you had to start him.
Right. If you're desperate.
Frank Gore is probably a good one. But
Yeah,
his
that's about it. This
That's about it.
game's-
It's not an exciting game for fantasy implications.
Just got to
about
make
how
sure
many-
his knees are up to par.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's just
I got
old.
Marlon Mack,
He's
but he
getting-
hasn't done anything because they're still giving Frank Gore the ball. There's no such thing as limiting him touches because he's just running.
Yep.
maybe Jack Doyle.
Jack Doyle maybe a start. I don't know who to pick on this one, man, to be honest.
I'm gonna pick Indy just because I really have no good feelings about Peterman.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna pick from that one, it's gonna be Indy.
Yeah. Jeff, same.
Just because I like to go against the majority, I'm going to go with the Bills.
Okay.
Well, I was going to go
I
with the
got
Bills
you.
because I think their defense is a little bit
There
better.
we go. Yeah.
So and I got Shady, so I need him to run. So
Right.
All right.
I'm going Bills on that one.
Let's go.
Moving on to the next game. Seems to be a little more
Be
interesting.
a lot better game.
A lot better game. It's
Yeah.
Minnesota against Carolina. The Panthers and the Vikings. They're playing at Carolina. That's going to be a good game. I'm
Yeah.
sure Ronnie's about to text in right now talking about Cam Newton being overrated. We're waiting for it, Ronnie.
Olsen's a go on that game, so that will be better for Cam with
I-
his weapons because he's kind of lacking in weapons right now.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind
he
of
is.
agree with Ronnie, though. Like, Cam
Oh, here we go.
Hold on. Okay.
No, go ahead.
So listen. So he is like a physical, like the dude can play, but the biggest thing, and we even talk about it just in what we do, is his consistency is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he had Calvin Benjamin, like did he get a little better? Yeah, but I feel like his decision making sometimes is just when the pressure's on,
You're
it's
right.
he'll do it some games. You're like, that's amazing, and then the rest you be like, what are you doing?
Right. He throws a lot of interceptions.
And then
too.
with the Vikings, man, like their defense is crazy. So, if you don't come with it, they're gonna clobber you, and no matter how big you are, like I just feel like in this game the Vikings is they're gonna come with it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Case Keenum's been
Case
playing.
Keenum's
He's been
playing.
balling.
I'm still choosing the
balling.
Vikings on this one, just because their defense is come back up to par, and their offense is on rhythm, man. I'm starting Adam Thielen in one of my leagues just because
Yeah, that guy
even
is
though
balling.
Carolina has decent cornerbacks, yeah, that guy's beasting
Yep.
with Case Keenum.
Even
Exactly.
Latavius Murray's been
Yeah.
balling. He's been getting touchdowns and
Latavius
stuff
Murray.
too. So it's-
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I favor the Vikings in this
I favor the
game.
Yeah,
Vikings
big
on
time.
this one. Your Vikings, of course, you start Thielen if you even Case Keenum is a good start
Or
if you
Diggs
have
maybe too. Maybe
Yeah.
flex.
For Carolina, Greg Olsen may be a go. If you have Cam, it's a go, I guess. It's just
Yeah.
really who you have.
If you're still playing
If you're
and
still
you
playing,
have
yeah.
Cam, I have him on my bench. So
yeah, I don't have him start, but
Christian McCaffrey, somebody I will
Funchess
play.
Funchess may get limited. I don't know if he's gonna have a lot of touches with the decent corners that Minnesota has. I don't know, man. But Minnesota, I got Minnesota on this one, pretty hands
Yeah,
down,
same.
easy. Carlos is in saying Minnesota with the win. He's calling it in. And then Jeff says thank you. I mean, Ronnie says thank you, Jeff. He said finally it's someone with some sense.
Oh, okay.
We were waiting for that. I told you we were waiting for it.
Right. Oh man, that's funny.
All right,
But,
Ronnie.
yeah, Jeff, who do you think's gonna win this one? The Vikings also?
Yeah, and I'm taking the
All
Vikings
Vikings.
because and
I
plus
think we're all
Carolina's
in
run
agreement
game
on
is
this
just
one.
not there.
Yeah,
so
McCaffrey's is like their only option, and then
Yeah.
he's kind of been
yeah,
limited too. But this defense is definitely not a defense that they can just run up and score a bunch on.
Yep.
But any given Sunday, you never know, and
Yeah.
that's what we've been doing all season long. Is we've been guessing wrong.
Yeah, I don't like Carolina's run game. I mean,
Nah,
McCaffrey gets
that's it.
short catches, whatever, but him and Stewart, their run game has been pretty non-existent. So I don't like that. I don't think they're gonna have a good game. And then making Cam throw it down the field, like they said, he's gonna be prone to mistakes. So I think Minnesota's gonna win.
Yep.
Big time. I guess
All
we'll
right.
go to that next
Next
game.
one, the Bears at the Bengals. Yeah.
No Joe Mixon for the Bengals.
He's out.
Yeah, he's out.
So Giovanni Bernard is going to be the main running back.
I picked him up in one of my leagues. I need him for a playoff push.
And he's
Giovanni
still pretty
Bernard.
good, though. If they can
Being
commit
elite
to the
back,
run,
if they
that's the
commit to
thing,
it.
though. They haven't been committed to the run really all year, maybe 1 or 2 games. So we'll see. But I still think the Bengals will be too much. Andy Dalton's been pretty good last few games.
The Red Rifle's been back.
Yeah. So
I'm going Bengals on this one, just because Chicago has struggled and can struggle. I think it'll be a lot closer game though.
Yeah. I like Chicago's defense, but their offense does.
Yeah, AJ Green's probably a good start.
Much. Yeah. Oh
Cincinnati,
yeah.
Did Cincinnati not surprise y'all this year though? Did you think they were gonna be a little better?
I thought so. I thought they were. Our guy Manny, who's not here, was ready to fire their coach before the season started. Marvin Lewis before the season started.
He's been calling for his job since the first
I
show.
thought they would be better because they were getting better last year,
Yeah.
you know. So it's disappointing to me with all the weapons that they have and the defense that they have. That they should be better.
They should be better.
You think so too, Durale?
It just surprised me this year, man, with the weapons that they have.
Yeah.
And as Manny said, every year they're in the hunt.
It's
just they
disappointing.
can't get over that hump.
They have to be disappointed out there, though, in Cincy.
Against the Bears, though, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Bengals win.
Yeah, I still pick them for this one.
Yeah, the Bears don't have many weapons.
Other than that running back, I forget his name.
Jordan Howard.
Howard.
He's even had a slow game.
Yeah, he's been
slow his last couple games. I was debating on sitting him. I would have, but I didn't really have better options, so I'm gonna roll with him. So I'm hoping he does okay. The matchup's pretty good, but overall he hasn't been doing much. So I think they kind of figured out, Trubisky's really not that guy. So we'll stack up the box against Howard and take our chances. Yeah,
the biscuit.
The biscuit. Yeah, this is a limp biscuit.
All right, moving on to what may be a snooze fest. Green Bay at Cleveland.
God,
and I don't even know if I want to watch this game, but
yeah, I have to. I have Josh Gordon, so he looked pretty good last week, considering he hadn't played in a few years.
Yeah.
He used to drink a 12-pack before every game. So.
This ain't baseball, man.
Yeah, this dude is crazy. Quit confessing everything. Just play, man.
Yeah, just play, man. I can't even drink a
He
beer and go play baseball.
He did produce against San Diego. Or I always say San Diego. Against Los Angeles and their corner. So hopefully he'll have a big game today.
Hey, man, you can say San Diego for the rest of your life. You'll be okay. I'm not going to judge you.
I appreciate it, man.
I'll judge you.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna go Green Bay.
He's been
just
getting better.
It's the Browns, man.
Huntley's getting a little better. Like he's still not all that, but he's no Aaron Rodgers still.
It's the Browns, so
yeah, they should be.
Start your
good.
Green Bay Packers, really, man.
Yeah, the running game's been nice. Williams has been doing good.
Although Cleveland does have a decent run defense, but I think they'll have no problem throwing the ball. So you start your receivers, and I don't think anybody needs Huntley, but if you do need him or someone got hurt, there's no one available.
If you need Huntley, you did a terrible job at drafting your team.
But he's getting better, man. I'd pick him up for this game. He's getting better.
He's getting better, right?
It is against the Browns, so that doesn't play implications on
Devontae Adams, I don't know, maybe Cobb.
Yeah, maybe
Jordy Nelson's been
he has a lot of weapons around.
They have weapons. He's got to get the ball to him. But I think they should all have a nice day against the Browns.
It's the Browns at the end of the day.
Yeah,
for sure.
So another game with the low-ranked team, the Niners and the Texans.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo has definitely surprised a lot of Niners fans, and
he got a win last week.
He got a win. They're playing Houston, who has a little bit better of a defense, but they've been a little bit lackluster after their injury to their quarterback. So
and they got our buddy Tom Not So Savage back there.
Tom Not So Savage is throwing the ball.
Tom Not So Savage.
Yeah.
This is a hard one to call too, man, because they can't get their offense going. The Niners are getting into rhythm. I don't know.
I would go with the Niners.
I would probably go with the Niners as well, just because they can probably get another win, and I don't know if Houston can pull out another W, man.
Yeah, their defense has been bad, too. Houston's defense has been pretty bad, so I think the Niners, Jimmy G will actually get some touchdown
Jimmy G will have
passes.
a good game.
I think so.
I think Ronnie called it last week. He said, watch out for Jimmy G next year.
Goodwin's been balling.
Hey, Rowlett's own.
Yeah,
Thank you.
from here. So he's like one guy that stands out. DeAndre Hopkins stands out. I would still probably, if I had him, I'd still have to play him.
Yeah.
Lamar Miller should have a good day against
Marquise was on he was on the trending pickup, so a lot of people are picking him up. They saw he make some noise. He's quick, man. He's an Olympic runner. So
he's one of the top waiver picks, just because he's their top receiver, and now Jimmy G is actually legit
throwing the ball.
That can throw and get to him. So yeah, I mean he could take the top off of defense. So
so I'm going Niners on that one.
Yeah, me too.
Just to Yeah. Sorry, any Texans fans out
Guys,
there.
y'all have any feelings on that?
Man, I'm still with Houston.
Houston?
I still got. I know Savage is not the best quarterback in the world, man, but I still love the defense.
Hey, man, you can disagree with us. Don't be scared,
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
man.
no.
You can disagree. We'll still
I'm
get you
not-
on the show, bro. We'll still get you on. We like different opinions. Nah, but yeah.
No, I just like their defense.
Don't
man.
let
I think
our
their defense is
expertise
still
into
pretty
the
good.
issue.
don't let our expertise.
And I'm a Hopkins fan, man.
Oh, yeah, me too, big time,
He's a
big
beast,
time.
man. If he has a quarterback that can throw to
That's
him.
it. That's
I
what
had
it is.
Will
beast.
Fuller, and I thought I was on
Yeah.
my way to the championship.
Will
and then-
this fool picked up Will Fuller, and he's like,
And then
yeah,
Watson
40
got
points,
hurt.
30 points, and then Watson got hurt.
yeah, and then I dropped him the next week.
Well, with Deshaun Watson, though, they were looking like a completely different team.
They did.
A completely different team. So y'all
They
be
did.
reread the AFC South is a different dynamic next year when he comes back and is healthy and can make those throws and push the offense. I know defenses wins championships, but if you can't score points,
I'm gonna throw something out there, man. Does that scare you, like Robert, like Griffin III?
For
do you think he's
for
a
Deshaun
different?
Watson?
Yeah. Do you think he's just a different player?
I think Deshaun Watson's on a different level.
Mentally, yeah.
Yeah, I think he played
he's better.
in big games already, and I think he proved himself, and he wasn't shaken up when he got the start. I think he's just a different player on a different level,
Yeah,
man.
I
than
think
RG3.
he's smarter. I
He's-
think
yeah.
RG3 was trying to challenge everybody.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to go out there and trying to
prove somebody wrong.
show those DBs
Well,
or
for
whoever linebackers, like, I can handle these hits. And he couldn't.
For RG3, what messed him up was the owner, Dan Snyder, because he got in his head. And then number 3, I feel like, or number 2, whatever, I can't count. But but the thing is, it's like, I feel like Dak is doing a little bit of this too, where it's your strength is your mobility, but he was so set on, I am a pocket quarterback. That's what I want to be known for. And that's fine. But you got to play to your strengths. And like I said, with all that together, I feel like that's what threw RG3 off. I feel like Deshaun Watson understands his game, and he's confident in his game, and he has a better supporting staff as far as the team and
coaching is a big thing. Yeah.
So I feel like y'all said, he's on another level, and I don't think this will hinder him like that. I hope the dude has a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna be good.
I think Houston understands what they have in him, and they'll play to his abilities. Whereas
he was killing it. Yeah.
here we have
He was on
system.
MVP type level
Yeah, he
before
was.
he got
Rookie
hurt.
of the
Watson
year,
was Watson was good. RG3 had some good games, but I don't think he was on that quite on that level.
Yep.
I know
And
he
he
killed
had-
the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I remember that.
And he played a different game at Baylor, which is all spread, all receivers. And when you go
Shotgun.
into a pro
Yeah.
system, it was a different change. But I think Deshaun Watson
a real
is
deal.
I think he's the real deal, man.
Yeah, no,
He's-
I definitely. I just want to throw that out there. I
No,
definitely
that's a
think he's way-
good question,
I definitely
though. I
think
mean,
he's
That was a
'cause,
good question.
I mean, mobile quarterbacks, there's always that risk. You
It
know,
is.
and that's the
It
first thing.
definitely is.
And the mobile quarterbacks always get this. There's always this dynamic, like, oh, he's a mobile quarterback. Well, the game is changing. You kind of need
Yes.
to use your quarterbacks to their ability. I have no problem with mobile quarterbacks. Michael Vick was one of my favorite ones. Randall Cunningham was a mobile quarterback. He wasn't considered a mobile quarterback, but he could run, and he
Right.
did. I mean, that's a different dynamic that it just opens up a lot of plays that you can use. And I welcome mobile quarterbacks. I have no problem with them.
Russell Wilson's
Russell
out there.
Wilson,
yeah.
Big time. So, I mean, yeah.
Not
I'm
everybody
the
can
same
be
way.
Tom Brady. All right,
No,
so-
you can't, and that's what I feel sad for a lot of the young quarterbacks is you got some old school coaches who feel that way, and they try to change their game. Like, there's nothing wrong with implementing that because there are moments you have to be confident in the pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you got the legs, like,
Use it.
I mean,
Yeah.
even Aaron Rodgers does it. He's
Yeah.
not the fastest guy, but he got some wheels.
effective, right?
And he knows, hey, if I take off, I mean, he's done it to the Cowboys.
Oh.
How
Every
many
time.
times?
Too
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, and so
Aaron Rodgers is very proficient when he's on the boot or he's
Exactly.
outside. And look at his stat. It's in the stats. When he boots out, he's very proficient.
Yep.
So use their abilities. I like the way like the Rams are going.
Yeah.
Younger coach, younger thinking, and I think a lot of the sport needs that. And there's the old school heads that'll go like, well, that's a college game. This is not how we play in the pros.
Yeah.
But man, you got to play with what you got. The draft picks, you have to use them to your ability, and I think not all the teams will do that. And
Yep.
I think Houston understands what they have, though. So
Absolutely.
Speaking of Dak, we got flexed down to a 1 o'clock game.
No
midnight,
respect, man.
No respect for us, man.
It's the Giants' fault if we played anybody else.
Right. It's their fault.
So it's the Cowboys and Giants. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I'm starting. The Cowboys for me.
Yeah, the Giants have had a tumultuous week. Jerry Reese got fired. Their GM got fired. Bob McAdoo's fired. Now enter Steve Magnuolo, their defensive coordinator, who may be a candidate, but for their head coaching job. But there's a lot of question marks there. Is he going to be the guy? You know, how invested are these players going to be? Are they going to try to go and win one for him? So, should the Cowboys be worried?
There's a whole lot of things going on about saying that this is going to be a win-win for Eli, and now they're motivated because they fired the coach that they didn't like. And I don't think that does anything more to motivate to win. I think it's still turmoil for the team. There's a lot of confusion. They're not all sold on the same page. Everyone's going to go different ways, and I think making moves like that in the middle of the season hurts the Giants. Mm-hmm. I know Eli's back, and Eli knows the Cowboys, and they may know their strengths, but I don't think that's going to be one that's going to be enough for them to say, okay, well, now we're going to win one for Eli and motivation that way. I think the Cowboys have enough. I think their defense is playing with confidence from last week against the Redskins and what they did, and I think that they go in there and handle business, to be honest.
Here's what worries me about that, though. Like, I'm Cowboys all the way. Like, you don't have any. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. But like, so you got David Irving out, and Sean Lee's back, so that's good. But David Irving was a good player on the line that could get to the quarterback. And even though the Giants are going through a bad year, Philly, Washington, every time that they've had a bad year, they always play up when they play the Cowboys. And a lot of times there are stats that show when a team has a change, especially from a coaching staff and management that they didn't like to something newer and fresh, they usually come out pretty pumped that following game. Yeah,
that's what I'm worried about.
That's the only thing that worries me is that when it comes to division for rivals for the Cowboys, I keep wanting to say us, but like I get paid.
It's okay.
But
just go with it, man.
Just go with let it flow, man.
Yeah, but they just everybody always plays up, especially towards this time of the year. That's when it gets tough, and regardless if you're 0 and whatever. When people play the Cowboys, they're like, I want to beat their fate because they don't like
Dak's had tough games against the Giants too. He hasn't been like killing it against them like as he has done with other teams. So it's gonna be tough, man. And Spagnuolo knows our team too.
And Zeke's still out too.
Zeke not there is being a factor too.
Because
Morse
Snacks Harrison has our number on the line. That dude. I don't know how he does it, but every time we play John, I hear his name one too many times. And I'm like, so we need to figure out how to stop that guy. So,
man.
I think the Cowboys defense needs to go in there and continue what they did last week on the first couple of drives, and then kind of demoralize the Giants, and that kind of will put in. And if you start giving up first downs and a touchdown or score early, that'll get you pumped. But if you can stop them and put them down, that kind of gets them frustrated, and then they're going to have to go scramble and be like on, on their heels, So I don't know. It's an interesting game, and it is a division game. Division games are crazy, but I think the Cowboys still go in there and handle business.
Oh yeah,
we need to activate that dumb face for Eli.
Yeah, I need to see it again. I missed it last week. I missed it last week, and I hate.
They're lacking on weapons still. I mean, they have Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram, but on the outside, they're still lacking weapons on wide receiver. I think the Cowboys.
But that being said, though, I am still running back. What's his name?
Orleans
Darkwa. I'm still starting him because I had to. I'm a fantasy league, and the Cowboys' defense run defense isn't the best, and they do give up chunks of yards. So, so I'm still starting him just because I had to. But,
right. Trader.
I did start Dak today.
As you should.
As I should. Yeah, they're giving up to like the fifth.
Secondary hasn't been.
Yeah, they're giving up like the fifth
what
most
they were
points.
last year. Definitely.
I had a tough choice between him or Mariota. Mariota's playing Arizona, which is also not bad, but I think Arizona's defense is a little bit better. So
let me ask y'all something real quick though about Dez. I'm a Dez fan, but I know there's a lot going against him. As far as coverage and then kind of how we've been sputtering on offense sometimes. But I always like to compare him to Julio because I feel like Julio is the prototype to me. Do you feel like it's Dez not stepping up, or do you feel like the coaching staff is just not mixing it up on the offense to put him in the best position?
I think it's a little bit of both.
It's
I think
both.
It's a little bit of both.
I would say both.
I think Dez was at one point one of the most elite receivers.
Yeah.
I think he lost a step when he got hurt.
Yeah.
I think him being on the outside, he does draw attention from best corners out there.
Yep.
But I don't think what you notice when we move him into the slot and we have he runs other routes inside, which is not the best route runner, and then getting hurt and losing a step doesn't help him out anymore. But he's successful when he's in different positions on the inside. He's in movement, and you can kind of tell when they're going to go to him depending on where they line him up.
Yep.
So it's predictable. I think our offense is very predictable, and that doesn't help him out either. I think he still needs someone on the opposite side to draw some attention, because T-Will doesn't go straight, he's not getting the ball.
Beasley's
if he doesn't burn
it,
Beasley's not in and running a slant, he might, I think we need another receiver that's kind of a threat or can prove to other teams that you got to cover him to open it up for Dez a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think, to me personally, I think it's a little bit of both. Coaching and
I just think you can get him more involved in what we're doing.
I think so too. I agree with that. Like, if you look at Antonio Brown, I mean, I know he's a little different than Julio Jones, who you're talking about, but Brown's all over the field. They mix and match him everywhere. I mean, even some end arounds, different things like that, just to get him involved and get him going. Dez is a big emotion guy, so I think you got to get him involved early. He's not getting the separation that you would prefer, but those jump balls,
he can
it's
catch
pretty
them
hard to
all
beat
day,
him.
yeah.
I know some of them, Dak overthrows them in the end zone every now and then, but he hits on some of them too, so they got to keep trying it. But like Durale's saying, I think they need to get more creative
and
with that. And that comes back to the coaching big time.
You look around and you see all of these, big name receivers in the league. They're getting them involved big time. Antonio Brown, like you just say, is a main one. Dez has that potential, so why aren't you utilizing him the best you can?
Agree.
He hasn't had a strong game in over a year.
Yeah, over 100 yards. Yeah, it's been non-existent in that part. Yeah, it's tough, especially for fantasy owners.
Yeah, Romo said throw him the back shoulder fade.
Give it to
All
him.
you gotta do, just practice that, and that's all you gotta do. Just you and him spend a couple hours out there and just back shoulder all day. I mean, he proved that he got those touchdowns. He can get up there and he can steal balls from people. It's just you got to give it to him.
Yep.
And you got to utilize it. And coaching, again, I think our offense is very predictable still.
It is.
Right.
Especially with the slot receivers we have, I feel like you got Beasley, and then you now with Switzer,
right?
And then Witten's always the dude is not the fastest, but his technique and to be able to run. I feel like because I like the Patriots how they do that because the Patriots, when they had Edelman and everything, they nickel and dime you, and then now when they want to go long ball, you got hit so much with the nickel and dimes that next thing you know you forget, and then the guy's back there and Brady's throwing a bomb, and I feel like Dez can be in that position because he's a big body, move the chains, and then you catch him off guard because they so worried about the run and then next you know you running for a touchdown. But like you said, the predictability by the coaches, it chaps my hide, man. I'm
same
for us, bro.
Like, do I need to get on Madden and let you know, like,
even some calls.
look at these hot routes. Call some hot routes.
Yeah,
it's on third down. Sometimes I can get up and go get a drink or go get a slice of pizza because I know what they're gonna run, man.
Funny, man.
I do appreciate that they went away from that stupid draw play they always used to run with Romo, and that, like, oh man, I used to hate that draw play. But we got to mix it up a little bit more and got to get we have really good weapons that we're not using to our full potential. But I still think the Cowboys win this one. I think it will be a tougher game than we think it is. I don't think they're gonna go in there and just run all over them, but. Jason Garrett, you heard us again.
Ronnie says they may want to win one for
Rico
Eli.
Gathers.
What happened to that guy? I know he had a concussion.
He's 7'30", and you can't put him in
just
the game.
throw it up. All you gotta do is throw it up to Rico, man, and
he just stand there and get it over everybody.
Yeah, he don't even gotta jump. He just reach up. I got it.
Yeah,
so,
and I was excited for him in the preseason. It looked like
he
was
looked really good.
And then he got a concussion. We never heard from him again.
Maybe we're just keeping him for the end of the season, bro. Is our
football's
weapon
tougher than he thought.
So we'll move on. We'll let the Cowboys breathe a little bit. Next game is another good division game at early in the day. The Raiders and the Chiefs.
That's gonna be
a really good game.
Both fighting for the division, same records.
Man, this is gonna be a tough one to call. Just they both have their issues. They're both on offense and defense. Man, I don't know. I think Michael Crabtree's back this week, which is another option for Carr.
Just tell him to leave his chain at the house.
Yeah, leave
right.
it.
Yeah,
no, tell him
crazy.
to double up. get his Mr. T on, and that's how you let him know. Say,
Oh,
hey, take my
man.
chain again.
That's crazy. That's
I don't know. Them
much.
guys wear those chains on there. I don't know. Even like the baseball players do too. They got them big old. Like, I'm looking at it like that's a house payment.
You know
right
what?
there,
Hey,
like-
because they have the money to do it. Because
Yeah.
my little $10 chain, I'm taking it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
I
Hey,
don't
look,
wear
it
nothing.
took a lot to get this one.
Yeah.
I'm
For
gonna
real.
put this in the locker.
I
Right.
got you.
I don't know how they wear them big old chains. Like, you know those chains cost a house,
Yeah.
They do.
and they're out there like, well, he ripped it.
Just
So I
get
guess get another one.
Yeah.
And then later on, that's how y'all go broke.
Yeah.
Save your money. This is gonna be a good game though, man.
Amari Cooper's back,
Amari Cooper's back. Okay.
Nice.
so that should help.
That'll help,
Help
yeah.
them big time with their weapons. No, Smith
Kansas-
had a good game last
Yeah,
game.
and they
Alex
had a
Smith
good.
had a
And
good game.
Kansas has
It's a
kind of
tough
been
game
struggling.
to call.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call, man. This is going to be a really good game, I think. I don't know who to give the edge out to though, because like I said, everyone's got their weapons back, and both defenses have been struggling a little bit, but they've both been playing decent at times too. So
My gut tells me the Raiders, just because overall the last few weeks, to me, they've been gaining momentum. I think they're going to carry that into a win. Kareem Hunt's been pretty quiet. He slowed down a lot.
got
Tyreek Hill
Tyreek
had a
Hill,
good game
good game
last
last week,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going with the Raiders on this one. I mean, they're
Man,
at
this is
Kansas
hard.
City though.
They're at
Arrowhead.
That's the only reason. That's the only thing that's edging it out for me to go for Kansas is because of that.
It's a tough one,
Man, it's a tough one to call. I'll go with the Chiefs. I'll roll with the Chiefs.
Guys, y'all have any feelings?
I'm
on
going
this?
for the Oakland.
Oakland.
I'm still a car fan.
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's the only reason
I
I
love
Up and down
Beast
year.
Mode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
love
too,
Beast
man.
Mode too. They need to just keep feeding him.
They gotta
man.
feed him the ball.
Right? As the season wears on, everybody's getting tired and hurt. Yeah, I think they need to
I'm
keep
going for the
winning.
Raiders because I feel like Carr is a better quarterback, but I got my cousin DeAndre Washington on the team,
What?
so I'm
I
always
didn't know
gonna root.
that.
I'm always
Get him on
gonna
the
root
show,
for
man.
family.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the Raiders then. Change my pick.
I've called him out like a couple times as my sleeper pick and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's awesome. I didn't
So-
know he was your cousin. That's
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool.
I'm a root for family, but like I said, I'm not gonna go against Carr. I think he's
he's-
one of those guys, man, that can really take over a game, and
Yeah, he can too.
and now that he
man.
got, like you said, Cooper's back. I mean,
Yep, Cooper.
Even with
Crabtree.
Cooper back, it gives Crabtree a lot of open
Yep.
passes. I've benefited that from fantasy implications a few times.
Yeah, Kansas City's defense is hurting. Right,
Yeah.
they signed Durale Rivas, if that says anything. So
oh wow,
yeah, they signed him as a cornerback.
I
yeah,
forgot
so,
about that
yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
So
That-
still
he was
balling?
just chilling. Yeah,
He's
well,
back.
he's playing. He's not balling.
He's playing.
He's
Yeah,
playing.
he's suiting up.
Yeah, they
not
signed
the
him.
same
So
Durale
they're
Rivas.
hurting ever since they had lost Barry in their secondary.
man,
Peer pressure got me. I think
feel
I'm going to go for
I
the
feel
Raiders.
bad for that guy. Like Eric Berry, man. Like as much as he's gone through and fought, he's one person that I root for. That hopefully he can come back, man, and really finish out his career strong. But that dude is an amazing human being.
Yeah,
Like to
seriously.
go through what he went through with the cancer and then a lot of the other stuff he's gone through and still out there and be able to play, man. Like he's an amazing person. So I always root for that guy no matter what.
Yeah, big
Definitely.
time. Yeah, same.
So I guess I've changed my pick, and we're all going for the Raiders.
You
yeah.
changed
Yeah,
it?
changing
We
it.
convinced you?
You convinced me, man.
All right.
Ronnie is saying Kansas City's going to win.
Yes.
And Ronnie says he's going out for offensive coordinator. So
Okay.
go for it, bro.
Right, good luck.
Let me get them
buddy.
tickets. Let me
Right.
get in. Let me get a field pass. The next game, the Lions and the Buccaneers. Two kind of mediocre teams, kind of in the hunt still. Well, Detroit's still in the hunt, I think. I don't know
Yeah,
about
they are.
Tampa.
No.
Man, I got some Buccaneers players because I drafted them thinking they were gonna with high
I've been
expectations.
disappointed, man.
Yeah, I don't even. Last week I didn't even start Mike Evans and I didn't even miss him. So I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I did, and he
Tampa
did
Bay.
bad.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Deshaun Jackson maybe.
Doug Martin's back.
Doug Martin's
this
back, but
game,
he's been kind of quiet.
He's
Yeah, it's
another
been
one.
pedestrian.
They're not even getting Deshaun involved in
They
games,
aren't.
man.
Not at all, right? It was a
He's
big
getting
splash when he
frustrated.
went over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all you got to do
got
is
him
throw it
for that
downfield
reason,
to him.
Yeah, he's a
But
speedster, man. Let him just throw him the ball.
Jameis is coming off a shoulder injury, and he wasn't looking too impressive last week, so that might be hurting Jackson too for him to throw downfield.
You know, this was supposed to have been his MVP season, man. And maybe blame it on the injuries, I don't know, but yeah, this season for him has not been good.
Nah,
Right,
it
man.
hasn't.
Disappointing. big
On
time.
the other side, Detroit, Matt Stafford. I think he was questionable. I think he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's playing. He had
He
a hand
better play
injury.
with
Yeah.
that contract.
They
Right.
big on contract.
I don't care if you missing a leg, you playing.
He's playing.
for sure.
Yeah, man, he's a gunslinger. This game is kind of one of those ones.
The toss-up game.
Yeah, it's either one.
I'm rolling with Detroit.
I'm gonna say Detroit on that.
Detroit's
one.
offense
I don't
is better.
Tampa. Yeah, I think they're a
so-
tougher team. Their defense is tougher. I think they'll get a couple interceptions.
I'm sure that
Off of
each team will
James.
have a few touchdowns.
Big play
Hey,
slay.
man, did y'all hear that Megatron was trying to come back?
Man, that's crazy. Is he?
I'll take
Man,
him.
they saying a couple of teams was wanting to sign him.
I don't blame him, man.
Yeah.
He's a freak of nature.
I'll take
like
him.
his just
Other
size,
side against Dez,
speed.
yeah, I'll take him all day.
I don't know if he'll
Jerry,
go back
let
to
me call Jerry real
Detroit.
quick. Make that move.
Right? Yeah,
Yo,
we can see somebody on the other side of this.
If the Cowboys got Megatron,
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was talks that he wanted to go back and see if he can get released
I
from
knew
his contract.
earlier in the year, yeah, he was talking about it. You never know, man.
Hey, Barry Sanders, they ain't releasing him from that contract.
Right? He's still not retired.
Still paying.
That's crazy.
I guess I'll go Detroit on this
I'm
one.
going with Detroit.
Just 'cause
Marvin
Tampa's
Jones.
been
They got
letting me
more
down.
weapons. Amir Abdullah's out in that game. That
That makes
affects
anything,
anybody.
doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
Tennessee and Arizona play at 3. That's the first 3:00 game we got listed.
It's gonna be a decent game.
Yeah, it'll be a decent game. I started. I had Mariota and Dak in one of my leagues. I have both. I started Dak just because it's a better matchup. They're both really decent matchups, but Arizona's defense. They're not doing
They
the
fell
best,
Yeah,
but
they fell off.
they're a little
There you
more
go.
consistent than the Giants' defense, I think. So, Tennessee, Mariota is a good start. Fitzgerald on the other side is a good start.
Delaney
every week.
Walker's
Delaney
been balling.
Walker's back.
Yeah. Stay away from DeMarco Murray. if
DeMarco
you
Murray's
still
been up
in
and
it,
down.
You still have him. Yeah, Adrian Peterson's out of this game. Blaine Gabbert's been doing better than you would think Blaine Gabbert would do, but I still would pick Tennessee in this game. I
Yeah,
think overall they're
Tennessee
better
for
team.
sure, but I don't have fantasy-wise. I don't have too much. Maybe Mariota's probably a good, decent start, and
Yeah.
Delaney Walker. Tight ends
Walker's
have been
been solid,
tough,
yeah.
rough this year. So
He's
Yeah.
been good. He's been getting like 15 points a game. in
It's hard for
PPR
me to
leagues.
go against Arizona. I like Fitzgerald.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Fitzgerald's a
awesome,
beast,
man.
man.
He's a legend.
he, no matter who's throwing the ball, he will catch
Yeah,
it.
he's gonna catch
it doesn't matter
Doesn't
who's
matter. He's
out
been putting
there.
up points.
They're
with
looking for him.
anybody.
They're throwing to him. And he's
I'll go
catching
throw to
them.
him. He'll catch
That's
it. Like, just don't go too far. Give me a 5 and out. We're
Yeah,
good.
Arizona's tough at home too.
Yeah, they are.
So I mean, I could go either way because
Yeah.
Tennessee's been so up and down this year.
I'm going Tennessee just because I don't know. I think I picked them in my pick 'em.
Yeah,
So
I
keep
know
my
I
picks
did.
consistent.
I know
Jeff,
that's
what do you
right.
think, man?
I'm going with the Cardinals because Fitzgerald. And
Okay.
I really, it's weird to say, but I really admire his teeth. They're really straight.
He has some nice
And
choppers,
so,
man.
A beautiful grin.
That's
He
kind of
wore
what
his retainer.
that's
man.
what took me over. So anybody, any fantasy, that's who I'm going for. Just that's how
Those
I
are how
pick.
we pick our picks. Here we go. He wears nice.
Whatever
socks.
floats your boat,
Hey, man,
man. No
It
judge
works,
zone,
man.
man.
No judgment here, man. 3 o'clock game, the Jets and the Broncos. That's kind of that should have been flexed
Come
down.
on,
Is this
man.
a crappy week or
Dude,
what,
yeah.
man? Like
This
none
one's-
of these games
How
got
did
me
they not put the
hyped up.
Cowboys there? Like,
Exactly.
because that game is like
That one should have been flexed down to.
that's Goodell's dig at Jerry. That's why they flexed it. Because
Yeah.
that game you didn't even have to air that game,
Yeah.
and we could have took that spot.
Right.
So, but whatever.
They're on the West Coast.
I'm not bitter at
they're-
all.
Yeah, they're on the West Coast. They're playing
Yeah.
at Denver, so maybe that's their excuse. But still, that would have been easily a flex game.
Yeah.
And the
Yep.
Cowboys made some noise. Eli's coming back. That would have made some noise. That
Yep.
should have been. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going Jets on this one just
Me
because
too.
I
I
don't like
am
the
too.
Broncos.
McCown's been better than Simeon.
Curse went off for me last week for like 30-something points. He's back.
Bilal Powell had a nice game last game. No
The
thanks.
no-fly zone. Everybody's landing
bench.
their planes over there, man. Everybody's flying through because they're
No,
not, and the Jets are throwing good. So I'm rolling with the Jets.
Yeah.
Me too,
People talked them out this season. They didn't think they were going to be good.
man.
Oh, we
They
didn't, bro.
counted them out.
Yes.
Even the organization counted
Right.
the team out, man. Didn't try to help them. They started letting people go
That's
or
true.
trading people out. You know what? I'm happy that they throwing it back in the organization's
Yeah.
face.
Me too. They're making some noise in that.
Yeah, that was
AFC
the-
East that's
yeah.
been kind of just all Patriots, you know. So
That was the
they're-
joke of the beginning of the season. The Jets are going to go 0-16.
0-16,
Yeah,
and,
big time.
they're-
I thought they
they're
were
still
going to
there,
tank.
man.
Yeah, McCown's been that dude.
Anybody for the Broncos you starting?
I
you would
dropped
start?
Emmanuel Sanders just
Me
because
too.
I was tired of seeing him on
I
my
dropped
team.
him too. Yes,
Demarius Thomas has been okay, but with their inconsistent
quarterbacks,
quarterback
man.
play,
Yeah.
Nothing.
you can't count on him. C.J. Anderson, you can't count on him. Devontae Booker, you can't count on him. So, no, I'm staying away from Broncos.
3 quarterbacks, and none of them can throw
I think
the
I'm
ball.
starting Safari Jenkins.
Austin Safari.
Yeah, because Denver's giving up a lot of touchdowns to the tight ends.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all Jets in on this one.
All for the Jets.
Yeah.
The Broncos have fallen.
Next, we got the
quickly.
Redskins and the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers are also tied in that AFC West for the division lead. So
They are in the league.
they've been coming on strong. They're one of the hotter teams in the league.
Yeah.
Phillip
Yep.
Rivers been balling, so I'm going with the Chargers.
Hey, Manny, remember when you called me out that I called for the Chargers at the beginning of the season? Looks like my picks are working out a little bit better. So. Yeah, I was getting clowned on because I chose them. Me and Will chose them. Chili Willie chose them to maybe win the AFC West, and we were getting clowned on pretty hard when they started doing bad. But they're back in the mix,
They're looking
man.
good right now.
Keenan Allen's been balling, man.
I'd start all your Chargers today.
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon has been having consistent over 20-point games. Phillip Rivers has had not many interceptions in the last couple games and balling. The Redskins are struggling offensively, man, without
Their offensive lines beat up. Some Cousins been getting sacked a lot.
and Cousins is as much as I hate to say it, he has potential to be a really good quarterback. It just he doesn't have the help right now.
Yeah, he needs time, and he doesn't have time right now. So I think it's taking a toll on
Yeah.
him and their whole offense, their weapons.
I'm
Not
going
that
Chargers
good.
on this one. and Doxson's
there.
been quiet.
Crowder's been up and down too. Vernon Davis has been quiet.
Very quiet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm rolling with the Chargers.
Chargers on this one.
Vernon Davis need to retire, man.
He's still playing.
Like, I mean, yeah.
I got you. They got him trying to block a lot too. 'cause
Yeah,
but
he's not a
what?
blocker.
Like,
efficiencies
like-
on the O line.
You can get somebody cheaper
Yeah.
to
block.
block for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the Redskins too, so
Yeah, no, that's true.
lose Redskins.
Exactly.
Moving on, Eagles at the Rams.
There we go. That's
a good game.
I'm taking the Rams, not just because I don't like Philly, but I feel like their offense and that new coach is
Man.
and I'm a
Sean McVay.
I'm a big fan of why am I going blank? The running back.
Todd Gurley.
Gurley. Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude is a beast, man.
Yeah.
Like he runs like the wind, and he's strong. And like I said, the coach with the system he's implementing,
Yes.
they just really they're really golf is. I didn't think golf was gonna do
No.
that.
Yeah,
but
nobody did.
He,
man.
he fooled me,
From-
and I
it's
think
night
the
and
coach
day
is a
from
big
last year.
part of that.
Yeah,
though. Like,
McVay's like Bitcoin right now.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to get
exactly.
their next McVay and the next investment and a young coach. Even in Dallas, everybody was talking, hey, we need a McVay. We need somebody
Someone
like
young.
that to open it up. And their offense, and
You
these
hear
are
that?
two of the top offenses in the league that will be playing today. So it's
These
gonna
are
be
two
good.
top offenses
And two good
defenses.
defenses.
So
Yeah,
this is
man.
going to be a good game to
That's
watch.
awesome. I want
This
the
could have
Rams
been
to
a
win.
Sunday
I have
night
Goff,
game.
so I might be biased, but I think the way that they've been
Well, I got
spreading it around,
Wentz,
even without Robert Woods, they've been doing good though. Sammy Watkins has been stepping it up.
yeah.
Cooper Kupp's been doing awesome. So and Gurley makes everybody respect their run game.
Yeah.
So
That's going to be a good game.
This is
yeah,
going to be a
man.
really good
Philly,
game.
Philly got exposed last
They
week.
did.
What do you
They
think,
did get
guys?
exposed.
Hey, somebody might have
They
opened
played a good
it up
team.
on them,
They
man.
played
you
a
know.
good defense.
I
and
know
they
you
showed
guys
what-
saw it too. You know, they were showing the list on Facebook of who they've beaten, who
Yeah,
they've.
and now they
And
picked
it hadn't been very many good
top-tier
teams.
team.
Yeah, they've been.
And
Picking
remember,
on some
Seattle's
crappy
defense
teams.
was struggling coming into that game.
For
and
real.
They
Lot
came
of
up,
injuries
Yeah,
that
they
they
came
had.
up and handled
They
business.
punched Wentz in the mouth, man.
They might have pulled the curtains back on them.
Yeah,
Man.
bro. That might be the blueprint. I hope. You know the Rams are watching, but I hope
Yeah.
they're able to do that.
This will be a
Two.
good game. I'm still starting Wentz because it was better than starting Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
So, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a hell of a game though.
I think Ertz is out too, so I think that's going to be a big
Yeah.
issue for them too. That hurt them also last week.
Last week,
You could tell because that's a security blanket.
that's his go-to. That's Romo's Witten.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. This is gonna be a really tough game. I think the Rams have enough defense to pull out the win though. Man, and like everyone said, Goff has surprised everybody, and I don't have to play you this week, so I guess I can root for you.
Already. Thank you.
What did he say?
At this point, I'll take the head coach from South Lake because Jason Garrett. Ronnie's trying to find Hey man, get them resumes ready, bro. Let them know you were on the state championship team in '99.
Come on the show. We'll plug you up, man.
Yeah, we'll let you come
and
do
it does look like Ertz is doubtful
interview.
to play today,
So he's
so that's going to be a
Hey,
key
can you imagine
component.
that interview? Ronnie and Jerry Jones, I got 2 pancakes. Okay.
I had 3 pancake blocks.
Three pancake blocks.
In the, on the playoff.
Let me at least be on the special team staff. Something.
That's awesome.
Ronnie wants to be a line coach.
Yeah, hey, we need help, man.
He just says, "You see these hands of iron grip? Can nobody get past me." Man, I guess if we have to make a pick, yeah, this is a tough one. I don't like Philly because they're in our division. I think they're still a good team and their defense is really good. But I think the Rams take this one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Rams on this.
Me too, bro.
Anything, yeah. So that's going to be a really good game. That would have been a good Sunday night game, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Moving on to the team that beat Philly, Seattle at Jacksonville.
Whew,
That's gonna be a good game too.
Gosh, are y'all all in on the Jags yet, or still not believing?
I'm with them.
Okay,
because I like the dynamic, and then Fournette. I didn't think he would. I thought he would be okay, but like they're turning it around over there, and Seattle's been kind of really up and down. So
I turned the corner last 9 games.
Yeah. So I think
they get
I'm
hot
gonna take
late.
Jacksonville. Yeah,
you know, Seattle's just one of them teams that you
They
let
wait
them
late
hang
in the
around
season?
and late in the season.
Yeah.
Before you know it, they're in the wild card they're beating somebody.
My son is a big fan of Cam Chancellor, man.
Oh, awesome.
Loves him, man. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know. He's the best free safety in the league. And I'm like, dude, you're 10. Like, who do you know who the best free safety in the league
He's
is?
a headhunter, man.
Yeah.
I guess
He
he's
loves it,
exciting.
man.
Yeah,
He's
for
he
free safety.
gets-
Yeah.
When they play, he's
He's
on
an
there.
old school free safety type
Yes.
of guy. Yeah, like a Atwater's, a Ronnie Lott type of guy. That's who he reminds me of. Yeah, man.
This is a tough one to
I like
call,
Seattle.
man.
I like Seattle on this one, man.
I think I do too.
You just can't go.
Yeah,
the defense,
same.
man. You just can't go away from it, man.
Yeah.
I know they're not as
Russell
good as they
Wilson's a
used to be.
champion.
The only thing that hinders Jacksonville is their quarterback play, man.
Yeah, Bortles.
Because their defense is good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they got Bortles, they got Marquise Lee, D.D. Westbrook's been coming on out of Oklahoma, but I think Seattle's going to be too good for them. I keep picking to get Jacksonville, and they keep making me wrong. But I'm still going to go against them today.
I'll go Jacksonville. They're playing at home.
That might help them.
I think Russell will play some decent cornerbacks a decent defense. May even struggle a little bit. He does have to run because the line can't protect him.
Jacksonville got some good corners,
yeah,
man.
they got
two
good,
of the best.
Yeah.
Jalen
so
Ramsey's
a
killing
beast,
it, bro.
man.
So that kind of
Should be
limit his
one of the
options of
rookie
who
year
he can throw
candidates.
to. So I predict that Rusty's going to have some good running yard percentage this week. But I'm going Jacksonville.
Let me ask y'all this: if you could do the draft all over again, would you get Ramsey?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
Shut down.
Yeah.
Shut down corner.
He's going to turn out to be a shutdown corner.
But do you think that piece at the cornerback position would have been enough to really make the team ascend? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because don't get me wrong, that dude's a beast, but do you think he would have been the cornerstone to really help turn the franchise? You know what I mean?
I think he's a building block for
Yeah.
it. I don't think
been
he would have
defense.
did it. Yeah, for the defense,
Yep.
right? Yeah. So I don't think he may not have made that impact like right away. It's hard to tell because with a corner they can stay away from that side. And it's hard to see, But yeah, I think so though. I think if we would have drafted him, and I think we would have been happier than what we got with Taco.
Yeah.
I can't say I don't like tacos now because of him, but
Yeah, I still like
he definitely.
Taco, just
I think he's just slow to like he's just. Because
work
he
in
was a high
progress,
pick,
yeah.
and we
Ramsey.
have a lot of expectation, especially with like all the other guys like
Zeke,
Watt
right,
and
yeah.
stuff like that doing a little more. But I'm gonna give him this year, and I feel like if next year he ain't doing it, I mean you gotta I don't know, you see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of, what do y'all think our first? I've been having this conversation with Manny a lot lately. Our first, the Dallas Cowboys' first pick for the draft will be this year. Or what is our big concern? Do you think it would be defense, cornerback, linebacker?
I think the secondary is straight with what we have. I mean, you might want to get somebody to replace Orlando because I think he's kind of
he's
done.
on the cusp.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I said with Ronnie, he asked me that, and just from my gut, I said cornerback. He's like, but we just drafted all these young cornerbacks. I was like, but still not convinced with these guys.
I think linebacker.
I was going to say that. Don't be shaken if Jerry goes and gets a linebacker.
Yeah.
Man.
You never know.
Sean Lee stays hurt.
Yeah.
I'd
There's
go
a guy out of
linebacker.
Texas too, Tariq Jefferson, who I'm
Unless
hoping
there's
we
a
get.
good defensive end out there
I have
that
a
can
buddy
make them buzz.
that's his brother, so I'm hoping maybe they keep it out here. Maybe he's able to do it. He's one of the top ranked linebackers. He's going to skip out on their bowl game due to some toe issues, and that might even help us get him later on. So we'll see.
I think it'll be good because you got to think about hopefully Jalen Smith. He was put in a kind of a tough position, so his productivity this year, I don't take too much from it. Hopefully he takes a big step next year.
Man,
but if you can have somebody to complement him that can stay on the field consistently, because like I said, if Sean Lee can stay on the field consistently, I feel like that'll help the defense a lot.
He's a bad boy, man.
But the thing is, he can't. It's just the track record shows it. So I feel like if you can get another guy who can read the defense, who's like has the mind for the game, but also has kind of the speed and the ability to get there, I feel like that'll kind of help a lot of the other areas. Because I feel like Jalen Smith has the physical ability, but as you could tell in the game, he overruns the gap, he misreads plays, and it doesn't matter how fast or how strong you are. If you misread a play, you're not gonna catch up. So I think that'd be good, or a defensive end, either one. If somebody's
there's a
available,
defensive end there.
We can
take it. Yeah,
man. We'll see.
As much as we say that, but as much as when we get to the draft, it's hard not to pass up on that dynamic player, like the best available. We never really go for that best, and I think we've been doing that. I mean, but we have areas where we need help. We still need some O-line.
So many holes, man.
I wouldn't be mad if they got a wide receiver though.
Yeah, me neither.
I wouldn't be mad.
We need one.
If there's a receiver out there that can complement Dez before he's just completely not useful anymore, that gives us a whole nother dynamic. But our defense is really needing some help. So we'll see how deep the draft is, and it'll be interesting though.
Yeah, man. Sorry, we got off a little track, but no, that's a good conversation going, man.
What's going on?
What's we got? Got a caller? I bet it's Ronnie. Hello.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No.
What's up, Roddy?
What's up, bro?
You got that resume ready?
Yeah, you guys. I was calling, but you guys beat me to it and touched base. I don't know who said linebacker.
You know this is the sports game, right?
Linebacker, because Sean Lee's done, dude. Yeah. Sean Lee's done, and at this point, he's become nothing but a liability. Yeah, he's great when he's in there, but 4 games out of 16 ain't gonna.
He hasn't played a full season since he started.
Right, right. And as far as like our secondary goes, I'm a little iffy on them, but I mean they're young and they were ballers in college. I think they'll get it.
Yeah.
Especially
I
Jordan
really
Lewis,
do think
Jordan Lewis and Cheeto. I think those guys.
What's his name?
Those are keepers.
Yeah,
Cheeto Awuzie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw from however you say his name, Abuzaway, whatever.
Cheeto, bro. We'll just call him Cheeto.
I did. You're right, Cheeto. I like what I saw out of him, and I think he could be a real anchor in our secondary. I think our second issue would be wide receiver because, like you guys were saying earlier, Dez has definitely lost a step. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to use him, and Dak is not that quarterback that can get it to him in those tight places.
Great, man.
I
Great points, Ronnie.
I agree with that 100%.
Right.
And for any of you high schools listening out there, Ronnie, go ahead and give me your resume while you're on the air, bro.
Coach Rodas.
Coach Rodas.
Coach Rodas.
Coach, get off my lawn, Rodas.
Jeff and what is it? Is it Durale?
Durale, yeah.
I mean, I love what y'all are doing. I think the whole 50 bikes thing, that is awesome.
Thank you.
And me and my wife was sitting here listening to the show with me when we guys were talking about the 50 bikes giveaway, and we thought that was just fantastic.
Yeah, it is, dude.
They
need coaches, Ronnie.
Hats off.
They need coaches. We need that Garland tree. We got to figure something out, but we definitely will get everybody in the mix.
Well, they're embarrassing themselves right now. I don't know, brother.
But it's okay. We got the old ties, so we'll definitely make something happen, man. But appreciate you calling. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Coach.
That's
Now
cool.
his head just went.
Right.
No, thank you for calling in, Ronnie. That was a good call, man. Sorry we took your points, but yeah.
That's what we
linebacker.
do.
That's what we do, man.
Linebacker,
Sports
man.
game. Linebacker would be a very good first
It
pick.
will.
Yeah. So
I
guess on that, I mean, did everybody make their picks on that one? The Seattle, Jacksonville.
I got Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I got
I'm
Jacksonville.
rolling with Seattle on that
Me
one.
too. Seattle.
All right, so 2-2, split it down the
Okay,
middle.
cool. Sounds good.
Next one, Ravens and Steelers, old AFC classic. Man, this is.
You can't go against Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
going against Pittsburgh. Not
prime time.
Schuster.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Suspended,
He's going to be
man.
suspended for being dumb.
like a
but
Juju.
I love that name.
That
That's
Juju
my
shit.
niece's nickname. But Antonio Brown, prime
Still
time.
be Le'Veon Bell's gonna have a good game.
He's going to have plenty of
Oh, yeah.
opportunity
Big
to twerk.
Ben.
Yeah, he's going to be twerking on them Ravens.
The Ravens have been trying to make a buzz and a comeback. They're not going to do it against the Steelers. Especially not at prime time. Especially not at Pittsburgh.
I mean, these games over history have been pretty tight, but I think Pittsburgh's going to win.
I
this
think
one.
Pittsburgh
At
will
Yeah,
home.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah,
And at
Big
home,
Ben.
you're correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Ben's been.
This is where this is
he's
one of those
been
games that
good.
Flacco comes back and shows that he's still Joe Flacco. I think.
Yeah, Ravens
Yo,
been.
Did y'all
inconsistent all
see
year.
Shazier?
Yeah, that's tough.
That
man.
scared me,
Oh
man. Like,
thoughts and prayers to him.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Oof,
He's
yeah.
a tough player.
He
He's one of
is.
my favorite players to watch too. So it's tough seeing him like that. Yeah,
But this
man.
whole game from last week had a bunch of stuff in the media about hits and
Yeah, that was
with
great. Yeah,
them in
they were
going
Cincinnati,
at-
that was
yeah.
tough.
Man,
Like,
it was
Man,
crazy.
I've
to
never
watch.
seen that was like whew.
yeah, I mean, you got
Yeah.
people that've been watching football their whole life, like questioning, what am I watching, or is this safe anymore? Should I be watching
Yeah.
this? Should I
Yeah.
let my kids play this
Yeah.
game that they're playing?
Nope. Yeah.
Hey, what do you
so
think
it's
about
tough.
that though? Do you not think? But it's football, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like when I played, like all this wasn't even.
Yeah,
Nobody
right.
talked about it.
Just walk it off, right?
But my man made a great point, man. I forget who he played.
Yeah, I know
for.
you're talking about for the Steelers.
Yeah, he was just saying like, what do we come to, man?
Mhm.
Like this is football. We knew what we signed up for when we came. Like they're taking everything out of football, and like I get where he's coming from, but then I also get where the league is coming from
Yeah.
and saying that people are getting hurt, man.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause-
they're that what is it? The CTE,
CTE, right?
Yeah, it's getting crazy out
yeah,
here. So
it's a fine
you
line,
have
man.
to. I mean, you have to protect people, man. At some point, you got to start protecting people because if not, man, it's gonna get worse.
Right.
Yeah, and I think this
They're
trickles
getting
down
sued.
even at the peewee level. You got to teach these kids from the get go how the
Absolutely.
safe way to hit. There is a right way to hit
It
somebody.
is. It is.
Never lead with your head. We were taught that,
Yeah.
all throughout our younger. Tilt your head. Where are we going? Use your shoulders. I know it's hard for a defensive player though to have to adjust. Like he made great points when he was talking. Tyler Kroft got leveled out because he dove for the ball.
Yeah.
Well, he's already in midair. He's going for the gut, and then he dove. He got hit in the head. That's true.
Yeah.
There's good points on both sides, and I think it's hard one way or the other to say who's right
Well,
and
it
who's
is.
wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
But it is football. At the end of the day, if you teach everybody the right way to do it, it can be safer. But you're playing a sport that you're throwing your bodies at someone. But
Yeah.
you don't see this in rugby, and they don't wear pads
Yeah.
because I think I threw that idea a long time ago. Just take the helmets away. No helmets, and then you don't lead in with your head. It doesn't give you that safety.
I agree with that.
It doesn't give you that. I'm gonna feel safe because I'm wearing a helmet.
Yeah,
that
it's a
gives you a lot of.
weapon.
It's a weapon. Take it out, and I guarantee you, no one's gonna lead in with their neck to tackle somebody.
Yeah.
You'll turn your head like you're supposed to, but they're never gonna not have a helmet. But in rugby, they tackle. They don't wear any pads, and there's no scandals on head injuries. They wear maybe a little pad on their ear, with a little bit of padding, but they tackle with their body, and that's kind of how you adjust
Yeah.
yourself to it. But it's a hard on both sides.
It
It's
is,
tough, man. It's tough. And Durale, I know you play college ball. Would you recommend for your kids to play football?
Man,
still?
my son asked me to play because it's in his blood, obviously.
Right.
But he asked me to play, and I tell him no. If he wants to play flag football, it's fine with me. But I got hurt. I'll give you a short story, man. I was a junior in high school, and we was running cover 2, and obviously when you study film, your coach wants you to do a certain thing. If it's a certain play, you need to do this. If it's this play, and so it was. We were in cover 2, and they were running not a sweep, but option. And so my assignment was, if I seen the option, my read was to immediately go hit the pitch back right in the mouth.
Okay.
That was my read.
Right.
Like no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
Go right to the pitch,
Bang,
man.
bang, right.
And here I am, playing left corner. And they run it out. I see the option. I run right to the pitch man. The quarterback thought I was going to him, and I was going to the pitch man. And when he pitched him the ball, and my head was lowered. I had my head down, and I hit him right in the chest. And when I fell, he fell. I fell like a rock.
Oh,
and
man.
I literally couldn't move for like 10 minutes.
Oh, that's scary.
I was, dude, I thought I was done. I couldn't move. And, man, my team was trying to get me up, and they're like, good hit. And I couldn't move, man.
Oh, that's
and so, those hits, man, they scare me, man. Like when, the right way to tackle, but instincts happen. Things happen in the middle
happen when you're on the front.
The game's so fast.
Yeah.
And, man, I dropped my head for that 1 second, man, and the crown of my helmet hit him right in the chest, and I felt like a stone. And I had a pinched nerve, and so
man.
I got a pinched nerve on my leg, and it
man.
hurts now. I can imagine.
So it's tough. It's tough for me to say, go play football. And he's a little guy, man. He's a little like I was when I was younger. So I tell him, maybe in middle school, but not right now, man.
Yeah.
I want your body to develop a little bit more before I say.
Oh man, I respect that though. I mean, firsthand, what could happen, and the benefits that you can get out of it, but you also know the danger of it too.
Absolutely.
So, I had to ask you on that, so I appreciate that feedback.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because the kids, it's a sport. And we know what we're signing up for, but at the end of the day, it's best to make best decisions for your situation. So
I
can't fault nobody. I can't fault any mom or dad that says, no, my son's not going to play football, because it is dangerous. And, we do sign up to play a contact sport.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's a risk involved in everything we do. So it's just
it's
a risk reward on whatever you do. I personally, baseball contracts look real enticing because there's no salary cap. So if we
my
can
son
get
plays baseball right now.
For sure.
There you go, man. There's no salary cap in baseball. You can go make some buku bucks, and you can be 5'1" and get billions of dollars. So I couldn't play NFL, but if I had played baseball, I could have made it maybe. But no size matters in baseball.
No, look at Altuve. He's MVP.
Yeah, Altuve's like 5.
That's a bad boy.
Yes, he is. A little beast right there.
Man. So, there's alternative sports that are safer. Baseball still has its dangers in that, but it's not as many.
Hey, go play some golf, baby.
There you go.
That's year-round money.
Yeah, my dad's friends told me I should play, and I used to laugh at them, and now I'm like, damn, they're
play some
right.
golf.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, you should have, man.
Should have listened to those old white guys that told me to play golf. I thought they were
trying to get Maddie to play some
tripping.
tennis, man. There's money in tennis too. I'm like, Maddie, she's like, I don't want to play tennis. Dad's like, you know what? Let's go out there and tennis is just be conditioned and hit the ball, man. There's other sports out there, guys. So, last but not least, Monday night, New England at Miami.
You already know what that is.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead. I'll circle the Patriots.
All Patriots go.
Start
I
them
was
all.
talking about the Dolphins.
The Dolphins? You think the Dolphins are going to win one?
Heck no.
Nah, dude.
Maybe we should flex out the Monday game.
South Lake Carroll team could play the Dolphins and
There
win.
you go.
Right, yeah. Dolphins, not many people were interested in seeing.
Yeah, New England's going to win that one pretty easy. My twin brother out there is going to run that defense, and we'll be good to go. Last but not least, we'll make a quick Sapanin. You got anything going on, man?
I just want to give a quick shout out to our Sports Cave Pick'em. We've been slacking. Hook'em is first place. Jason Picstradamus. Second, Manny. And third is the Unsullied. And Chuba the Tax. They're actually tied. So Laura and Juan are tied. And we'll be getting back to you soon. The end of the regular season ends week 17. So we need to work on our prizes and stuff. But we'll definitely let you know what will be happening on that. And I just wanted to give a shout out to our Twitter page. We've been having some action with Didi in the morning. What's up, Didi? From
Mike
K104, the king of Dallas radio. It sounds
That's what's
funny,
up. That's
but
what's
congratulations to
Didi's
her. Big
following
time
us.
to
Thank
her.
you.
Didi
Michael
in the
Shine.
morning.
She's smart, funny. She's pretty. She's beautiful.
She's got a contract extension.
She's got a contract extension. She's
Staying.
paid. So thank you so much to her and Nate Burleson and Will Silva from Good Morning Football also have been interacting with us on our Twitter page. So that's awesome. That's exciting for me. I watch them every morning. So check out Good Morning Football if you haven't done that on NFL Network. It's awesome, but for them to be following us, that's a big deal.
Thing
Yeah,
for
that's
us.
huge.
That's
We
huge,
appreciate
man.
it a lot.
We're trying to get
Congrats
some
on that, man.
exposure. I appreciate
that's
it, man.
awesome,
We're
man.
trying, and they're going to see y'all stuff too. So we're trying to plug in and make everything grow.
You guys got any shout outs you want to? Anybody shout out?
Any sports
Anybody?
stuff?
I
you get
mean,
off your chest?
for me, it's anybody that's been rolling with us and supporting us, man. Like I said, this is all about the kids, and for anybody that just needs help. That's why we do it. We understand. Like, we've been through situations. You've heard my man's story. You never know what somebody's going through. So we just want to help in any way possible. So, shouts out to, like I said, everybody that's been sharing our page on Facebook and Instagram, and we've had some amazing people come to us with their stories, and and we've been trying to help guide them through their situation. So that's all. And those who've donated so far for our bike giveaway too. A lot of them don't want to give their names out, so we want to follow their wishes. But we definitely want to thank you so much, because without those sponsors, man, we still would have been able to give bikes away, but that 50 count would have been tough.
That's amazing.
So
dude.
it's awesome, man. Thank you.
Hey, can I share something real quick, man? I shared this with Jeff one night, man. When you see these two guys, man, we're two guys who I met Jeff 2003 when I moved to Dallas. Man, we were pushing carts at a local grocery store.
Yep.
Pushing carts. Jeff went one way. Me and him became became
brothers, man.
Yeah, really good friends, man. At that age, I mean, way back when. And then, I ventured off to do. It's almost like the game. What is it? Is it Sorry when one goes to college and one goes to
Life.
Life.
Yeah.
It was like life, man. Jeff went the college route. I went, the work route, right? And so we kind of went away from each other, but we through time we kind of continued to conversate and be friends, and we hooked up every now and then. But he went his route, I went mine. And so, and then now here ultimately we linked back together, and the things that we're doing, we were just on the same page with. Like we just knew that it was something that we were both called to do. Like dealing with people, impacting people was something that we were called to do. And so like we plan on spending the rest of our lives like impacting people. Somebody asked me one day, what is success? I told them that success to me was helping every person I can. Like I would probably die and not be satisfied and not feel like I was successful. Like it ain't
That's
success
love,
to
man.
me is not about money. Like I like my wife would tell you right now that money is not an issue for me. Like it's not my primary source. My primary source comes from God. And so I do not I want everybody, that's listening and that's a part of D&J Empowerment and a part of the Straight Up Nation to understand that we are walking this thing out with you. Like we are two guys who started this from nothing, just a vision and God's plan. We started this thing, and we're literally trying to move forward and walk this thing out with you. Like this is a big deal for us, man. When that thing hit the news, man, dude, I was literally in tears.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
I would be
literally
too. I'm happy for you guys, man. That sent chills, seeing that, and proud of y'all. And we want to be down with the nation too. So let us know how we can help out, and definitely we'll do what we can.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you guys for having
no
us on.
problem.
Man.
Anytime,
This is a
guys.
huge
Oh,
blessing.
hey,
Anytime,
and
guys.
I did want to have one shout out. My wife wanted me to make sure I shout her out for putting
What's
up with
up,
my credit.
Evelyn?
Hey,
Yeah,
shout out to Janet, my wife.
Cool.
I mean, I don't think I'm a tough deal, but I mean, if she, no, I'm
She loves her Yankees, right?
yeah, that I can't get
Is
over.
she
that.
is she on cloud nine now that they got
Oh,
Giancarlo
man.
Stanton?
They got
Oh, man.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Last
I
night.
You
really
didn't know
hope,
that?
No, I knew they were
Yes.
trying. I hope she's
Yeah.
not watching because
Oh,
I
man.
can't hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
got
dealt
him, bro.
with years of Jeter this,
Jeter
Jeter
still
that.
Jeter came clutch for them again.
Yeah.
Dude,
Now
let me tell you
Stanton's
something,
her
man.
new boo.
That boy's in a lot of trouble, man.
Yeah.
The
Ooh,
fans are hot at him, man.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
The Yankees.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to be.
But no, man,
and
this is-
one last quick note. Ronnie said soccer's on the way right now, and that it's gaining popularity, and that
It actually
we are
is.
trying to get the World Cup over here in Dallas. So hopefully that would be nice. Trying to get the World Cup in
That,
2020.
man, that'd be
I would
huge.
love to go to that, man.
I will be there.
Bro, right?
Yeah.
I missed out when I was younger due to being poor, but now I want to go.
Now you wanna go.
Now we might have a chance, you know?
Might get
my,
to do it.
Get my vuvuzela out there.
Yeah,
There you
big
go.
time. Big
Did I see
time.
I had one of those and my lips sweat up because I was. Anyway, that's a long story. Anyway.
I do want to shout out Ronnie. Thank you for tuning in, man. I know we give you a lot of crap, but you were the top chatter today. Called in. Appreciate you helping us
Big
out on the
time. Thanks
page,
a lot,
man.
bro.
So, Coach Ronnie, we'll call you Coach Ronnie from now on, man. No more get off my lawn. And a shout out to the Royal family. We had our Christmas get together last night because some of the family's going to be traveling. So shout out to them. They all
They said
tuned in.
Royal family.
Arroyo,
at first. I was
Arroyo,
like,
Arroyo
oh, okay,
family,
okay,
the Arroyo
gotcha.
family. My little goddaughter came. I was like, I saw you on TV on the
That's
computer.
awesome.
I was like, so it's getting out there. The family
good.
that don't watch sports is watching, and then we're doing something. So
Right on.
I do want to also shout out our guests, man. It's great to have you guys on. We definitely are glad that you joined us, and like Adolph said, man, we're definitely down for the movement. That's something that I can share with friends and family, and we don't ever know what everyone's going through, but I know that people do go through rough times. I was affected by a family member of mine. Unfortunately, we didn't know how bad their times were, and they ended their life, and they could have just needed that one person
That's
to
it,
talk
man.
to. So
Yep.
That's it.
it's a serious thing, guys. Don't ever let a bad day be your last day.
Don't.
There's
Keep
always
pushing.
someone to talk to. Now that we have this outlet to share with you guys, we're gonna definitely be on board. So
Thank you, man.
I want to shout y'all out for coming on. And anytime you guys are want to come on, we'll welcome you. If you need us to share anything, you need us to promote something for you guys, you let us know, man. We're all down for
That's
that.
awesome, man.
Thank you, man.
So
We appreciate
appreciate
you for the opportunity.
Not a
man.
problem.
No problem.
We could do a lot of amazing things if we all work together. guys.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it's all
Yes,
it's all
sir.
about. We're all about that. So this was a great show. Thank you for tuning in. We'll make sure to share the links for all the pages that we mentioned today. I know it's hard to remember and watching it live, but we'll make sure we put that out there. So thank you guys for tuning in and hanging in there with us. I know it's running kind of late, but we appreciate it. This is your boy Juice.
Adolph, thanks, Mino.
Thanks, Mino. And then you guys, any last words before we take off?
No, man. Y'all have a blessed day. Like I
we
said, thank you
go.
for putting us on there. Go Cowboys.
Let's go Cowboys. Let's go watch some football. Y'all
Yes, sir.
y'all have a great week.
Straight up.
Thank you for watching the Sports Cave on #Champs.
#Champs is a Twisted Curve production.